Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to another A+ video by your very own Cole Sears. And today we are going to be talking about the final part, might I add, of the book Forged by Fire by Mila Grigg. And today we're going to be talking about an overview of the book. I'm going to be giving you a rating out of 10 and explaining that to you. So let's get right into it. First off, I thought this book was one of the greatest reads I've ever read. Outside of the Bible, I think it's pretty much up there. You know, it's next to the book Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. And other books like that. And the reason that I'm saying that this book is so far up there is not just in its simplicity, but also in its complexity at the same time. But she does it in such a simple, easy to understand, and practical way that it makes it so easy to jump on board and be like, I could do this today. I can start now. You see, when I was reading this book, I was not thinking, this is something I'm going to do 10 years down the road. You see, with the book Building a Story Brand, I'm like, this is a great thing for when I start to get in my marketing job, when I start to do a lot of marketing research. But this book is about starting now, and then you can bring your story brand into it later on. The rating I would give this book is probably an 8.716 out of 10. The reason is I kind of like really random odd decimals. Don't know why, just like it. The message in this book is so strong. It is very clear exactly what Mila is communicating and exactly what she wants us to do. And it's very clear that she knows what she's talking about as well. And not only is it very clear that Mila knows exactly what she's talking about, it is also extremely clear that she cares so deeply about this subject. You can see every ounce of emotion that she puts into it, from telling her very close personal story of her husband going to jail for doing something horrible, to the way that she reacted, how people left her, people didn't stick by her side when she truly needed them the most. She was able to weed out her friends. She told such an emotional story that would be so hard for anybody to tell. And she told it in such a way that it was powerful, it was moving, it was emotional, and it helped me really grasp on and understand a lot of what was going on. I was actually able to use parts of this book in my daily life. You see, I had a couple situations come up this semester where my integrity was tested. There was people talking about me, saying all this bad stuff about me, and I had to choose whether I was going to let that affect me, whether I was going to let that ruin my day, or if I was going to stick to my values. I picked that I wanted to be someone that was known as trustworthy, someone that had integrity, and someone that you could always count on no matter what was going on. And it's because of those values that I chose and that I ultimately stuck with, that I was able to be there for people who needed me, and I was able to stick to my integrity and not explode the situation into what could have been a very, very messy situation. Why is it not a 9? Why is it not a 9.5? Why is it not a 10 even? And the reason is because I really don't like reading, but I am really just not great at it. I'm not great at sticking to it. It's not one of my things that I do. I try to get in the habit of it. I read the Bible as much as I can, but it's not my thing. And this is like a 380-page book on Kindle. I think every word that was in there is 100% worth it. But for me, I kind of was getting some disconnects with it. And lastly, we're going to end this video with one thing that surprised me and one thing I'm going to implement today. And the one thing that surprised me is at the very end of this book, in the conclusion, Mila went full-on preacher girl mode, and I was here for it. She started laying down Bible verses like it was nothing. She was literally telling people, listen, God created you to be special. He gave you talents for a reason. And her passion is helping you not only unlock those talents, but use them for His glory, for His honor, and to further His kingdom. You see, we are not put on this earth just to simply do jobs. We were not put on this earth to just sit around and kind of do things that we enjoy. No, we were put on this earth for a reason. We were put here to influence people for Christ. You know, the whole idea of PCC is to empower Christian leaders to influence the world for Christ. And how can they empower us if they don't help us use the gifts that we were given for God? If we were not equipped to use the gifts that we were given to not only further His kingdom, but also to connect with people and build relationships. And Mila is so passionate about it. It is infectious. And that's what I'm going to be trying to implement now. To take my talents and the things that God has given me, the things that He has blessed me with, and use them to not only bless others, but to further His kingdom and to influence the world for Christ. And so with that, Dr. White, I'll be signing off for the last part of the Forged by Fire series. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in class on Monday. Have a great night.